This is the part of the around the world trip that I personally was looking forward to the most.
I would say this is the part that I was not looking forward the most.
Hello, we are Trisha
and Gabriel.
From different sides of the world but brought together by nursing school. After a couple years of travel nursing, we are taking a break to just travel.
We are going around the world in 100 days, but probably more, and hoping to see a few friends along the way.
So follow along with us as we simply live our lives in many cities across the globe.
I'm going to fess up. I was a hater at the beginning.
You were a hater.
I could only fly economy flights from Brisbane to Queenstown, and it seemed so far away and out of the way. And I was like, why do we gotta go there? We've already been to Australia. Isn't it the same thing? It's not.
And in the end,
it's an elite travel destination, I would say.
Queenstown is the beginning of a larger part of what we are about to do in New Zealand, but this video is just gonna focus on Queenstown because we did a lot here, even though we only stayed 2 nights.
Yes, we did.
We are in New Zealand. This is the place that I've wanted to come to since I was probably like 5-6 years old. Because my mom came here and I have to do everything she does. Well, ready? What? We like just left the airport and that's what we drove past.
We should not forget to say we stayed at the DoubleTree by Hilton. Beautiful, especially if you get a room with a view of the lake.
Yes, which we did.
Which we did. So it's very well priced at all points, and not much more for cash. But exactly. Real nice.
Here's our room at the DoubleTree Hilton in Queenstown. First, they left us little wines and chocolate, the way to my heart. That's so nice. Little kitchenette, actually. You come in here to, wow, up there. Bedroom is back here, so you can make it completely dark. Bathroom's in here with actually one of the better views. I mean, like, look. And then there's like this like sort of kind of balcony, but it's got this thing. But look at this. Dude, fall is my favorite, so I'm actually in love with this place. Oh, and cookies.
Our day in Queenstown started experiencing peak fall just right out of the Queenstown airport. I can't explain the feeling. Maybe it's so pretty and the weather is just pristine. It was great weather.
So New Zealand, as some of you may know, is in the southern hemisphere. The seasons are flipped. We went in April, aka peak fall. And Queenstown is also situated on Lake, I'm gonna say this wrong, Lake Watatipu. And so it's hills, blue, glacial lake, fall colors everywhere.
Yes.
A beautiful, beautiful city. If you're planning a trip there, think seasons in opposite to US and Europe. So first night in Queenstown, we came to Fergburger. I've had so many people tell me that you must go here. I actually had one person tell me, if you don't go to Fergburger, you haven't been to Queenstown, which I am very skeptical about, like I say. But we came. It's more of like a takeaway place with outdoor seating. Like if you see a seat, you grab it. But it's all like kind of takeout. You order at the window, come grab when your number's called. Looks very crowded because people are waiting for their food, but it went pretty quick. We're like 15 minutes in the line, and now she told us it's a 15-minute wait for our food. And it's all like burgers, but it's all kinds of burgers, like beef, lamb, pork, chicken, cod. This is kind of morbid, but I got the one called Little Bambi. I've never had a venison burger before, like other than like, because you can't sell it in the US. So I had to try it. Sometimes lines are good signs. back into town to get ice cream. And we ended up booking something kind of nuts for tomorrow. Just wait and see, okay? Long story short, we went into town last night to get some gelato. Ended up at the tourist office where we had a very nice lady and got talked into taking a charter flight, cruise flight back to get to Milford Sound. It is at least a 4-hour drive there and back from Queenstown, and there's not really a way around it. You have to go around an entire mountain range. You could take a charter bus, but that was actually booked out. Turns out there was a cancellation on the fixed wing flight, and it's the most beautiful day of the fall, so they say. A lot of times they have to cancel because of weather, because the weather in Milford Sound is very temperamental. And so here we are. We're on a fixed wing 10-seater plane here. Now we're on a cruise through the Milford Sound. So they say an eighth wonder of the world. I've heard that a few times, but it is obviously lovely. And now we fly back. Gabriel actually got to sit, basically was the co-pilot, right? It's a little bumpy, right? We're on a fixed wing. New Zealand is surrounded by the ocean and mountain ranges. So she called one portion of the sky the washing machine. While we were here, we took an unexpected day trip. Many of you may know Milford Sound is one of the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah. 7 wonders, 8 wonders.
Who knows?
15th
There's always wonders.
Yes.
Just let us wonder.
It is a wonderful destination.
Just let us wonder. And we did end up splurging a little bit here. In hindsight, looking back months later, I'm still gonna say it was worth it. And I would say that if going back and being set to go to Milford Sound, this is how I would do it again.
So the Milford Sound is on the Sound, so it's pretty much on the coast of the continent. I believe it's like a 4-hour bus ride, I would say, one way, or maybe it was longer than that. We opted to take the flight, so we flew on one of those fixed wing planes across. It was maybe like an 1.5-hour flight from Queenstown.
Not even 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Then we flew back and did the Milford Sound in between. It was excellent, breathtaking, beautiful. I don't even know if there are enough words for all the sights we got to see just over that flight.
I'm sure that the drive would be beautiful,
yes.
But the flight, that was an event of itself because you flew over the green, rolling hills, lakes. They pointed out different sceneries and whatever. Right. And all of a sudden, boom, you're in snow-capped mountains.
Correct.
And then boom, you're over the ocean and there's beaches.
And she was like, oh, over there is Australia. You know, I just kind of...
It was a stunning experience. And then there was Milford Sound in the middle, so it doesn't get much better. I think it was honestly couldn't have worked out any better because we had the most perfect day. Milford Sound is typically quite
Notorious,
rainy,
right?
bad weather because it's
Right, it's on the ocean, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And we had blue skies, sunshine.
The whole time we didn't have a speck of rain. Just to put this in perspective, it total I believe cost us $760, plus
Yes.
or minus for 2 people round trip. And make it cheaper by taking the bus there and flying back, or by flying there and taking the bus back. So there are all kinds of
But it's
modalities.
also, you're losing a lot of time there.
Correct.
So about $370
Per person.
each.
Yes. And they come pick you up at the hotel.
This ticket that we're talking about, it does include the cruise through the Sound as well. So you're not going there and then having to pay extra along the way. This cost is for the flight, the cruise, the pickup, all included
Yes.
in that. We would say, and we are typically not spending a lot on excursion type things, worth it.
Yes. I would say if I was to go back today, I would do the exact same.
Now, Queenstown, as we have been saying, is just a special town. There's a lake, there's a trail all around the lake for running, biking, whatever. The food here, now we've been traveling for a long time at this point, so it was a little bit of comfort food for us because it was quite familiar to home. So we were able to go out and get a giant rack of
Ribs, pavlova.
We did get a flaming pavlova. Was that a pavlova? Yeah.
Yes.
And so they like poured alcohol over it and then set it on fire and pshum,
That was kind
it
of
went up in
interesting.
flames.
It did
And
go up in flames.
it was also delicious, even though it was like, I feel like sometimes cool things are not
Yes.
as delicious.
And I feel like being in New Zealand was very interesting because whatever the price was, you just take a 35% discount and that was the actual price. So it felt like we're doing this for 35% off because of the currency conversion. I was girl mathing the whole time. I was girl mathing, but you kind of have to.
We could rave on and on about it. Maybe someday you'll see in the future that we'll move there. I'm pushing for it.
I'm not sure about who we is.
I would do it. The time zone,
time difference.
you know,
rough.
it's just the opposite. We work night shift. What's the difference?
But
So
yes, excellent location. Really.
I had high expectations, and the expectations were exceeded.
Yes.
Now, after our 2 days in Queenstown, we are going off to do something exciting and adventurous in New Zealand, and those will all be in the next videos.
See you there.
There.